Hello, crypto enthusiasts. Welcome back to yet another video where I'm going to be covering a couple of pieces of hot news, so don't go anywhere. But before I cover these news, do me a favor, support the channel by subscribing, dropping a comment at the end of the video, and let me know your thoughts and opinions about this information that I'm going to give you. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first one that we have is Bitcoin spot buying is outpacing the futures despite some leverage hitting the all-time high. What does that really mean, right? So perpetual contracts that are dominated in Tether, USDT, that is actually overledging. So it has an open interest to USDT reserve ratio, and that is at about 0.593, and that happened on the 10th of November. There is a CEO, Kim Young-ju. He said that the current levels are 2.7 times higher than it was in February, when that ratio crossed some dangerous zones for the first time in 2024. He also said it's unclear how Bitcoin will continue to go, but it could be a painful pullback if the leverage unwinds. But he said that, of course, he's still bullish on Bitcoin in the long term, that is. So the all-time high hit $93,523 in just a few hours after CryptoQuant's CEO's post, of course. Now, the moment followed around a 5% correction, of course, and it dropped down to around 88,701. But the metrics, right? He pointed out in quote, "It's impossible to ignore that retail trading is fully back with Dogecoin surging, high funding rates, and a spike in Google searches for Bitcoin." CryptoQuant's analyst Martun pointed out. Of course, that's who we're speaking on this nature. So, and there's a Glassnode report as well that Bitcoin spikes are driven by spot buyers on Coinbase's market. The CVD, the cumulative volume data, also for Bitcoin spot market on Coinbase reached $143 million, and that reached around $152 million peak that was seen in March. But after July, or since July, the rally has actually seen that one buy side interest on Coinbase, so that kind of signified a solid spot market demand. So, as far as the ETFs go, of course, ETFs surged around 8.8 billion over the last 30 days, which went above $6.9 billion increase in CME futures open interest. So, perpetual futures seeing a premium peak of around $1.59 million per hour. Now that's per hour on November the 12th. So, it's actually a little bit low below March's levels, but it does show that spot buying, not leverage, is the big driver, of course. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're going to see a strong correction coming in as far as Bitcoin goes? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, now the next one. A $73 million laundering scheme was found, and the suspect pleaded guilty. So there's a citizen of China. He's around 41 years old, and St. Kitts and Nevis, Darren Lee is his name, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit money laundering using crypto, that is. So a complex scheme that he cleaned up millions of dollars linked to crypto investments, right? There was a press release on November the 12th that came from the U.S. Department of Justice, said that Lee and his colleagues had moved around $73 million through a network of shell companies and bank accounts worldwide. Man, he was doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of cleaning. So in order to actually kind of hide everything, him and his guys employed encrypted communication channels and got a U.S. bank account under shell companies, right? So what he wanted to do was obscure the funds, where it came from, the ownership and the use for those, which I think that's the big thing with some of the money laundering, is everybody's worried about what they're going to be used for, especially if you think about the cartel, right? But that's where that comes from. But what he did was he monitored incoming transfers, facilitated their conversion to virtual currencies like USDT, and seeing that the distribution across crypto wallets was under his control. So he also said that they had a big part of the victims' funds, which was the $73.6 million, went into bank accounts connected to him and his guys, right? So at least 59.8 million was deposited from US-based shell companies that launder the money, right? So according from a press release from the Department of Justice, the U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada for the District of California said that the extensive damage caused by financial criminals said that their actions have a trail of financial ruin. Investors should be diligent on guard against anyone offering quick rich via new exotic investments. A healthy dose of skepticism could prevent financial ruin down the road. Of course. But also, they said that Lee's sentencing is scheduled for March the 3rd, 2025, with a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. That's a long time. Additionally, the court judge that's overseeing the case will actually consider multiple things like the guidelines before they actually give him the hammer. They'll probably make an example of him and throw down the hammer, but if they don't do that, he'll probably get about 5 years. 5 years, maybe 3 with good behavior, depending on the deal, and plus have to give the money back, right? So let me know what you think. Is 20 years a bit excessive, or do you think it should be a little bit smaller amount of time that he should spend in prison? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of our videos or hot news updates. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.